Hey guys, this is Raj
And this is Kunal.
and we are here to review things.
A clever pun that we came up with just when we started the channel, but sounds kind of lame right now.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's fine, right? Every first video on YouTube is kind of awkward, so what the fuck? Let's just.
Today we are here to review the LeTV 1S.
Wait, isn't that LeTV?
No dude, that's LeTV.
Kind of depends on how much French you want this to be. Alright, so Kunal happened to drive that day.
Yeah, I was driving that day on the freeway and I saw too many hoardings about the LeTV 1S.
Yeah, that's funny because I was boarding the bus that day and I saw LeTV 1S there as well.
Train that day and I saw it there also.
They were there on the metro as well.
And on Flipkart.
On Facebook too.
The papers as well.
Dude, you know what?
What?
This is what I found.
So without wasting much time, let's start with reviewing the phone, the LeTV 1S.
It's LeTV, man.
So let's start with the unboxing of the LeTV 1S. Oh wait, who put an iPhone in there?
Well, it appears so that I have the correct box, and as we can see that apart from the dimensions, everything is similar. No, I think identical would be the correct word. As we can see that the design of the box is clearly inspired from the iPhone, including the impressions and the fact that they've got the branding on the side, along with a little more articulated details in the bottom of the box. Alright, going further through. Well, the presentation is pretty classy. Yeah, okay, let's not, Okay, so what we see here is that this phone is rose gold. The similarity continues inside the box as we see that even the cutouts are very similar. That's actually very uncanny. And yeah, that's pretty much where everything ends. Inside the box, we see that we have a cable and a charger, white in color. Yes, without any earphones for that matter. And that's where the similarity more or less ends. Alright, so may I?
No.
Okay, that's shiny and everything. Alright, so let's go ahead and power this baby up. And is it powering on? Yeah, it has. So while we're at it, while this thing powers up, let's go ahead and discuss the build quality and the design. It feels pretty premium in the hand. It's made of some aviation grade aluminium or so, what's written on the box. To the left, we have the SIM card ejection thingy, wherein when you pull it out, you get access to two SIM card slots, one of which is micro and the other one being a nano SIM card. So on the right of the phone, we have the volume rocker along with the power button, and to the back, we have a fingerprint sensor along with the branding of the phone, and the camera and the flash along with the microphone, which I believe is used for noise cancellation. At the bottom, we have the speaker grills along with the USB Type-C. So on the hardware side of things, we've got all the regular features like Bluetooth, GPS, Wi-Fi, 4G, the lot. However, one thing that this phone lacks is that it does not have NFC. 1+2. Alright, the camera at the back is a 13 megapixel shooter with a single LED flash along with a 5 megapixel selfie camera, and both of them do the job pretty decently in broad daylight. So as we can see that there appears to be no form of optical image stabilization involved. It's not a bad thing for a phone at this price. Also, there's a lot of wind here, so this should give you a fair example of how the microphone works in an outdoor windy environment. Outdoor photography and videography is a pretty decent affair. However, when it comes to indoor lighting and night photography, it isn't the best one around, simply put. The speakers on the phone are located at the bottom in one grill, so they are not stereo speakers, they are mono. When it comes to the closest rival the phone has, it's the Lenovo K4 Note, which has dual front-facing speakers. The call quality of the phone is a decent affair, the noise cancellation does its job well, and the receiver can hear what I'm speaking, so yeah, that's pretty much about the call quality. The screen is 5.5 inches with a full HD panel, and the sunlight legibility offered is pretty decent, which means that I can read text on the phone or watch photos or whatever outside without much hassle. The phone is equipped with a 3000 mAh battery, which pretty much gets me through the day. A little bit of Wi-Fi, I guess, browsing, chatting, taking videos and even playing some games lasted me around 11.5 hours. So considering the fact that it's got a full HD panel, it's pretty decent of a time for a phone with 3000 mAh battery. However, it could have been a little bit better. On the front also we've got the notification light, which is a pretty nifty affair and should be equipped in every phone. We're looking at you, Apple. And the most important feature when it comes to hardware, what I believe, is the fact that this phone is equipped with a USB Type-C port. USB Type-C pretty much makes this future-proof, as most of the upcoming technology that we are about to see in the years to come is to have USB Type-C. All that aside, the guts and the brains of this phone is ultimately what matters in most of the cases. So for the processor, we have the 2.2 GHz Helio X10 Turbo MediaTek 6795T octa-core processor. God. Along with 3 GB of RAM. The phone was really never meant to be a gaming device. Even when we started Asphalt, the medium setting was the one which was chosen by default and not high. However, we found no lag whatsoever, and in the games that were not that graphic intensive like Badlands, it ran just fine. One issue that we did face, however, was the phone heats up real bad. Like, it became unplayable after a while, but nothing that we found in general use. Let's check the software side of things. We see that the LeTV 1S runs on something known as EUI, which stands for Eco UI. I think that's just a way of getting it to rhyme with, say, MIUI or something. We see that the lock screen notifications are absent, and we see that the only way of accessing these notifications is by unlocking the phone and then pulling down the notification bar, just as you would on good old Android. This is the general UI. As we can see, there's no bloatware present except for the Yahoo Weather app. Apart from that, those other apps that you see, those are the tools that we've used for benchmarking, so they're just ours. This is the multitasking UI. As we can see that it's got uncanny resemblance to iOS. We've got toggles that you can swipe or adjust according to your needs. For killing an app, you just go ahead and swipe up and the app is killed. We can also have a look at the quick settings. These are apps that can be launched directly from the multitasking window. We've got a paged format for the applications, which is pretty similar to iOS and MIUI. We don't have what we call an app drawer for accessing all the applications of the phone. So we go ahead and check the fingerprint. The fingerprint scanner is something which is pretty decent of an affair. We see that the phone unlocks quickly and effortlessly. We now have a look at the camera UI, where we see that the resemblance to iOS is too damn high. You can go ahead and touch to focus, or you could just swipe up and access the 4 modes. So you have got panorama, you've got the photo mode, you've got the video mode, and you've got slow-mo. Well, that's very unique. The video mode gives you access to take videos in different resolutions, 4K being the highlight here. Apart from that, we've got 1080p, 720 and 640 or 480p, whatever suits. We've also got a lot of manual control when it comes to taking photographs. We can see that we can adjust the aspect ratio, which is really helpful for 4:3, 16:9 or any ratio that you prefer. Manual exposure, manual ISO, manual aperture, you name it, the phone's got it. We've also got access to folders as you would on iOS or MIUI, and uninstalling applications is also a pretty neat affair, wherein you hold down and you get the option for uninstalling the app. However, I personally feel that turning off the device was an experience in itself. I would get the message, I'm getting smarter every day. Wow. Now let us remind you guys that this phone retails for closely 11,000 rupees, which in dollars is closely 170, I believe. Alright, so this is pretty incredible for a phone of this price range to have this build quality, which is completely metal by the way, and this design. I mean, it's really good. Yeah, so I guess that's about it. So, well, signing off. This is Raj, this is Kunal, the guy behind the camera, whose name is Stick, was kind enough to give us his condom.
Wasn't me!
Alright, so, well, that's about it. Please give us a thumbs up if you liked this video. Give us a thumbs down if you didn't.
And please subscribe to the channel.
Of course.
Show us some love on the social networking sites mentioned below in the description. See you in the next one.